So this sales page is responsible for generating over $17,000 in sales for my digital product, the Consistent Creator Template. So in this training, I'm going to be breaking down how I created this sales page and why I designed it the way I did. After that, I'll also break down the entire sales funnel and show you how I was able to generate an extra $15,000 in sales by adding bump orders and upsells. And the goal of this training is to equip you with the knowledge so you can do the same. So with that said, let's jump into it. So firstly, for all of my sales pages, I like to follow the AIDA Framework, which stands for attention, interest, desire, and action. And basically, these are the 4 stages any potential customer has to go through before purchasing any product from you. So I personally like following this AIDA framework for my landing pages because it gives structure to my sales pages and it makes it a lot easier for me to create them. So if we check out the sales page for the Consistent Creator Template, we're going to see that at the top, it's all about grabbing the attention of my prospect. And the most important part here is this headline. And I've tried so many different variations of this headline, but currently this one is working the best. And when it comes to writing your headlines, the key is to make it emotive and easy to understand. You also want to clearly explain what your product is about and the benefits they're gonna receive from using it. So for example, for this headline, it says your all-in-one solution to turn ideas into viral content consistently. So firstly, your all-in-one solution makes my product sound like it's easy to use and that it's all in one location, which means you won't need to mess around with other apps or other products. I also chose to use the word your here because the copywriting hack is to use words like you and your so that your prospect can imagine themselves using your product. And even though you might think it's small and subtle, this technique is a powerful copywriting principle. The next part, which is turning ideas into viral content consistently, speaks directly to what my target audience is trying to achieve. And I know this because I've spoken to hundreds of content creators and their goal is to create viral content consistently. And just remember that the headline of your sales page is arguably the most important part and it can make or break your conversions. I personally spend more time thinking about what headline to use than I spend creating all the other copy on the sales page. It's that important. So really think about what value or transformation you're providing with your offer, and then spend the necessary time to craft an enticing headline for your sales page. But now under the headline, I have a short description that doubles down on the benefits my customer will receive when they purchase the product. So say goodbye to scattered ideas and blank screens and say hello to proven templates and a consistent content strategy. And I chose this specific language because again, after speaking to many content creators, a common problem they struggled with was having content ideas and scripts scattered across a bunch of different apps and softwares. I also know that a common problem that stops creators from creating content consistently is staring at a blank screen and not knowing where to even start. So I first relate to their problems and then I provide a solution in the second part here. Next, I also have a video sales letter which basically goes through everything on the sales page and also runs them through a demo of the template. And this video is great for people who don't want to read and want to visually see and hear about the product. And I'm not going to go through the entire video here, but I have left a link to the sales page under this video, so definitely check it out after this training. Now with that said, those 3 elements of a sales video, headline, and subtext are the 3 key parts of grabbing the attention of my audience. But here we can see there are a bunch of different elements and these are the above the fold must-haves. And basically the above the fold section on your website is the area that people see straight away when they land on your website without having to scroll down. And this above the fold section should always consist of 5 elements. So firstly, a strong photo or video showcasing your product, a headline, 1 clear call to action, social proof, and trust seals. These 5 elements should be visible above the fold for both desktop and mobile viewing. So for this sales page, we can see I have all 5 elements. So for the call to action, I have this big green button, and instead of it saying something generic like buy now or add to cart, I went with something more emotive like start creating consistently. And if people click this button, they'll be taken to the next step in my sales funnel, which is a checkout page. For the social proof, I added this testimonial here that says rated 4.9 out of 5 by hundreds of happy creators. And next to that, I have these Trustpilot review stars. And the funny thing here is that the real rating of my product is 5 out of 5, but I decided to actually make it slightly worse at 4.9 stars. And I did this because it's believed that having a slightly lower product rating is more believable and converts higher than a 5 out of 5. People these days will see 5 out of 5 and think it's fake. So that's a little conversion rate hack that I use on all of my sales pages. But now lastly is the trust seals. So for my sales page, I added these card payment seals under every call to action. And these help build trust with your prospects because by seeing these well-known brands, they'll feel safer making a purchase from your site. And even if we look at the mobile version of my sales page, you'll see all of these 5 elements are above the fold. But now, I know that was a lot of information there, but I really wanted to break down this section of the sales page because honestly, the above the fold section is the most important part of your sales pages. And if you mess this up, then it won't matter how well crafted the rest of the page is. No one is going to see it. It's believed that you have less than 5 seconds to keep someone on your website, and all of those seconds will be determined above the fold. So it is crucial to get this right. But now let's move down. So in this section, I'm still holding their attention and starting to slowly pique their interest. And basically here, I'm asking a bunch of questions that are related to common problems content creators have. By asking these questions, I'm relating to my prospects' pain points, and in their minds, I'm positioning myself as a solution to these problems. From there, I move into the interest section of the sales page. So it's here where I introduce the solution, which is the consistent creator template. And here I have a graphic of the template that I created. And here you can see that it's accessible on all devices, which is a key selling point of the product. From here, I then break down the 3 steps to using and purchasing the product. So firstly, download the template, then learn how to use and customize it, and then start creating content consistently. From there, I double down and highlight the benefits they will receive by purchasing the product. So I've done this with headlines like content mastery and optimized workflows. And throughout this entire sales page, you will see that my call to actions are always the same. They are green, they have the same text, and they have trust seals or social proof directly under them. And by keeping your call to actions consistent like this, will make it easier for your prospects to know exactly how to make a purchase at any time while scrolling through your sales page. But now under that, I then twist the knife on the benefits they will receive. And I really try to make my prospects imagine how much easier and enjoyable it would be to create content if they could instantly solve all of these common problems. Now under that is where we move into the desire section of the sales page. So firstly, there is a call to action for anyone who is ready to make a purchase now. But if not, they'll see a bunch of positive reviews from other creators who are also using the template. And I use a software called Senja to collect and display these templates, and it's personally my favorite software to use for testimonials. But continuing on, I now focus on the features of the product and what exactly you'll get when you make a purchase. And a key thing I want to mention here is that even though I'm talking about the features, I always try to position the feature in a benefit-driven way. Because a common mistake beginner marketers make is focusing on the features of a product, when the reality is your customers don't care about the features because that's not why they are buying your product. Your customers are buying the transformation or feeling your product brings. So for example, most people aren't buying Louis Vuitton bags because they care about the leather and quality. They are buying it because of the status and feeling they get when wearing it. So even though it is important to highlight the features of your product, you always want to spin it in a way that communicates the benefits this specific feature brings. So for example, for the brand mission and vision guide, this first paragraph is focused on the feature, which is the brand vision template. But then in this second part, I talk about the benefit of using this template. So get clarity on your brand mission, values, and unique selling proposition to help you stand out from the crowd and to elevate your social media game. But now moving down, and we are now entering the action section of the sales page. So firstly, I address who this template is for, and then I double down on some of the common pain points and problems my target audience are facing. From there, I have a hard call to action that lists out everything my customers will receive. And under that, I have some more testimonials from customers, and then I have a frequently asked questions area. And the goal of this frequently asked questions section is to address any objections or questions that your prospect may have. Because unlike a sales call where you can address these concerns live on the call, with an evergreen product like this, you want to do as much as you can on your sales page to not lose the sale. And how I came up with these questions was firstly rounding up feedback from my past customers, and then also pitching the consistent creator template to my friends and family and listing out the questions they had about the product. And then finally, I have one last call to action for my prospects to purchase the template. So that's a breakdown of the sales page and the key things I made sure I added to increase my conversion rates. But now let's cover the rest of the funnel. So firstly, if anyone clicks on any of these green CTAs, they will automatically be taken to a two-step checkout page. So in this first step, I'm collecting their name, email, and billing address. And the reason I'm collecting this information first is because it allows me to automatically create an account for them once they make the payment, which then allows them to get instant access to the template. And the second reason I do this is because by collecting their email before entering any card details, it gives me the ability to email them if they decide to abandon the cart. And here we can see I have an automated email sequence that gets sent out to anyone who abandons the cart. And the goal of this email sequence is to get them back into the sales process and to eventually convert them into a customer. But now in terms of the design of this checkout page, I just have a graphic of the product, a list of everything they're going to receive, and some trust seals at the top of the page here. From there, once they put their details in and hit the green button, they'll be taken to step 2 of the checkout process. And it's here where they are offered my bump order, which is an ebook that can only be purchased on this page. So I don't sell this ebook anywhere on my website, so it is an exclusive offer that can only be seen here. And I've made it so that it is a simple one click to add it to the cart. And these bump orders are extremely powerful because people in this step of the sales funnel are in a buying mood. So if you can offer additional value for the right price, there is a high chance they will add it to the cart. And I've tested many different bump orders, and the ones that have worked the best for me are products that are related to the original product they're buying and that are also priced low ticket. So anything under $50. But now under the bump order, there's an area for my customers to input their card details. And once they hit complete order, they'll automatically be charged. Now from there, if the payment goes through, they'll instantly receive access to the consistent creator template and an account will be created for them. But they will also be taken to this upsell page that offers an exclusive deal to join my creator community. And basically, this is a community that helps creators build a daily content habit while also learning how to create professional looking content with a group of like-minded people who are all working towards the same goals. And I have set up this sales page so that these green buttons are one-click upsells, which basically means they won't need to re-enter their card details to take advantage of this exclusive offer. And if they don't want to be a part of this community, they can just click this link here to be taken to the next page, which I'll show you in a second. But in terms of the design of this sales page, I again followed the AIDA framework and ensured that the above the fold section had a video, a headline, social proof, call to action, and trust seals. On this page, I've also added some of the brands I've worked with to help build even more trust and social proof. And again, I dive deep into the benefits and features included in this community. Throughout the sales page, I also twist the knife on the common pain points and problems my target audience are facing. But now, regardless of if they take the upsell or decline it, they'll be taken to this last page of the funnel, which is basically a thank you page with some clear instructions on how to access their purchase. I've also added this optional form for customers to fill out, which helps me get some feedback and data on where the customer came from and why they purchased the template. And this information gives me insights into which platforms I should be focusing my marketing on, and also helps me adjust the messaging of my products to speak more directly to my target customers' needs and wants. At the bottom of the page, I've also added a less pushy upsell where I lightly pitch my done-for-you content agency services and offer a free sales call to learn more about how we can work together. And if people are interested in this sales call, they can click this button, which will take them to my calendar, and it's here where they can choose a time to meet with myself. On the back end of all of these steps, I have automated email sequences that are giving access to the template and also guiding them on how to use it. I also have a member workflow that sends out emails for the next 2 weeks to my customers that provides more valuable content, asks for testimonials of the template, and even pitches my community again for the people who didn't take me up on the upsell. But there we have it. That is a rundown of the entire funnel I used to sell over 360 copies of the consistent creator template, which then resulted in over $17,000 in sales. And I know it seems like there is a lot of moving parts in this funnel, which can get complicated, but the best part about selling digital products is that once everything is set up, this can run automatically, meaning you don't really need to do much to make sales. And this freedom allows you to focus on the fun side of selling products rather than messing around with the techie stuff. But now, if you enjoyed this detailed breakdown and want to check out the official sales page for the consistent creator template, I've left a link in the description below for you to check out.